If you are seeing this video and it popped up on your feed in your suggested videos, you are in the right place, and there is a reason why you found this video. So I just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about transmuting your energy, okay? Transmuting anything negative in your life into something positive, because I am the prime example of that, okay? There is nothing in this world that I cannot do. There is nothing in this world that I am not capable of, okay? And the same applies to you. There's nothing stopping you from doing what you want to do but you. You can do anything that you really focus on and meditate on, okay? You could bring any thought and vision for yourself to life, okay? But just know that whenever you do pursue these things, that you have to be prepared for whatever comes with it. Whatever comes after the decisions that you make, you got to be willing to roll with the punches, okay? Because all of these things are leading you to exactly where you need to be who you want to be. So for example, I was dealing with somebody, and I was the heaviest of heavies I ever weighed in my life, okay? I was like 250 pounds, all right? So when I was with that person, of course, I look in the mirror every day. I wash my behind every day. So I know, that I needed to get rid of my stomach, but it just wasn't a priority to me at the time. And this person, come to find out, was talking about my weight behind my back. And instead of feeling sorry for myself, that was a wake-up call. That was a wake-up call, because I transmuted that negative energy of feeling bad because somebody was talking crap about me behind my back and talking about my physical appearance. I transmuted that energy to work for my greater good. I transmuted that into motivation, because I said, you know what? I'm never going to let nobody talk to me like that again, or talk about me like that again. And I know some of you might be like, oh, you shouldn't care what people think. You should care what people think if it's going to get you to where you need to be. If it's going to make you better, you definitely should care what people think. If it's going to motivate you, because I don't care what nobody say. When it comes to anything, okay, say if you're a man and you're dating a woman and she talked down to you because she felt like you were broke, I bet you wouldn't got your money up after that. So it really doesn't matter what's motivating you to do something, as long as the job gets done, okay? Just know that in this life, there's nothing stopping you from getting where you need to go, except for yourself. You have to put one foot in front of the other. Whatever you have to use as motivation, use it as motivation, okay? If you have to use a traumatic experience in your life to make you step outside your comfort zone to do something else, then so be it, okay? You have to get in your mind that everything in this life is working in your favor, whether it's good or bad. Because that experience, to anybody else, they would have just been like, oh my God, like, oh, I'm just never gonna find anybody who really likes me. Why you still big? But for me, I was like, listen, I don't wanna be getting picked. I wanna be doing the choosing, okay? Nobody gets to decide or pick what I have in my life, okay? Nobody gets to choose what I deserve. And that's exactly what I did. Real, like, I went and I transmuted a negative experience into something that benefits me in the end. Because now, I'm the type of person that I wouldn't even deal with somebody like that. This new body wouldn't even deal with somebody like that anymore, okay? Now I'm doing the choosing. So anything that is going on in your life and you're not happy with it, that sadness, that guilt, that regret, turn that into motivation. Turn that into something that's going to propel you to the next level. Because you cannot keep feeling the way that you're feeling right now. You can't keep living this mundane life. You can't keep just daydreaming. You have to actually do something about it. Just think about your life and all the things that have worked out for you, right? All the things in the past that have worked out for you, whether it be big or small. Those things worked out for you because you set the intention for it, that's what you wanted to get done. Okay? So if you can do a small thing, like getting your first car, getting your first apartment, getting a better job, if you can do that, you can do anything. It doesn't have to be like the regular, basic, mundane, what's expected of you in this life. It could be anything. You just never know where one decision might lead you. But you just have to put one foot in front of the other. Okay? One step is better than no steps. You are capable. Once you set your mind on something, and when you start doing it, it might not all fall into place the way that you expect it to. That's why I said earlier in the video, you have to be willing to roll with the punches. However, you never know where it might take you. So I suggest that if you are feeling in a place right now where you don't know what to do with yourself, you don't see in the future that you're capable of doing something, stop it right there. If you can visualize yourself doing something, then you can do it. Everything is working behind the scenes in your favor, and that's what you always have to keep in mind. Everything is working behind the scenes in my favor. And when you have that type of mindset, when you put one foot forward to do things, you have a better attitude about it, which will cause you to do it better, which will cause you to be more productive, which will cause you to set better intentions behind it. You have to take heed of the little hints, of the little whispers, of the little voice in your head. You have to take heed of that, because that's very important. And the longer you sit on a thought, the longer you're not going to want to do it. The longer you're going to overthink, and the longer you're going to think yourself or talk yourself out of doing something. If y'all haven't seen my video where I was about to move to Houston and I didn't go because I sat on it for too long and I thought about it too much and I got too many different opinions about it and I didn't end up going. Yeah, don't do that. The only opinion you really need is yours, okay? Like, you know yourself better than anybody else, okay? Your intuition is what's guiding you in this life, okay? You know that better than anyone else. So you don't need to keep asking for validation from other people. You're already valid. The fact that you're even here on this earth shows you that you're already valid, because that's magic within itself. Like, you're a magical being. So you don't need everybody else's opinion. You don't need everybody else's approval if you feel like doing something. You just need to put one foot in front of the other and see where it leads you to. You don't have to have everything mapped out. You make your decisions at each crossroad that you get to. That's truly how you're going to figure out yourself in this life. That's truly how you're going to find your place in this life. You have to get going, okay? Because you can map out everything perfectly in your head, but once you start to go and start to take your journey, what are you going to do if it doesn't look like the way that you thought in your head? Are you going to just stop, or are you going to keep going? Most people just stop because they be like, oh, I ain't signed up for all this. Yeah, but you signed up for the end goal. So you just got to keep moving until you get to that end goal. Literally everything in my life is because I just decided to get up and do something one day, and here I am. When I first moved to Florida, I did not have a car nor a job. I ended up getting my job because I was applying to other jobs, and somebody saw my resume and called me for the specific job that I have now. I wasn't even looking for that job in particular. I was applying to completely different jobs. But I had set the intention that I wanted to get a job, and I wanted to make sure my job wasn't like the jobs that I was working in the past. And that's exactly what I got. So if you can do that, and this is for all my people who don't even want to work a job. If you can get a job like that, then you can do anything. You can do anything else. If you can manifest or pray for a job and you get it, then you can get anything else. Anything else. Why do we limit ourselves to just like getting jobs? Like, why do we feel like so confident and like feel like when we get jobs, oh, you know, it's nothing? Like, you literally manifested that job. You literally spoke that job into existence, okay? You can do that with absolutely anything, okay? When I was dating that person and they were talking about my weight, and I went to start doing the necessary steps I needed to do to lose that weight, because I said to myself, I'm never gonna let nobody talk to me like that again. I didn't just sit and cry in the bed every night and continue to eat snacks and cry about being big. I did something about it. Back when I was that big, when I was 250 pounds, I literally used to take pictures of myself and I would Photoshop them to make it look like how I want it to look. And I would just keep them in my hidden folder in my phone, and I would just look at them from time to time. Like, this is how I want to look. This is how I want to look. This is how I'm going to look after I get my tummy tucked. This how flat my stomach going to be after I get my stomach cut off. I was saying that for years. And I finally got my stomach cut off. So, literally, like, you have to envision yourself there and do the necessary steps to get there. But as soon as you have that vision in your mind, it's already yours. You just have to go and get it. Everything in your life, you're capable of obtaining. Everything that you want, you're capable of obtaining. Okay? Don't ever doubt yourself. Stop worrying about, oh, what about this? What about that? Worry about it when you get to that point. But this is not for people who don't got that dog in them, though. You have to have that fight in you, that you're willing to get things done by any means necessary. You have to. Because once you make a decision, whatever consequences come from that decision, you have to be willing to accept it, figure it out, and keep it moving. You can't just quit. Most of the time, when you hear stories about, oh, people got up and moved and now they're homeless, it's because at some point along the plot, they quit. They gave up. At some point. You have to keep going. You have to keep moving and shaking. If you're going to take risks in your life, then you have to be willing to do the work so it's no longer a risk and it turns into a reward. Because that's exactly what I'm always doing it. And people are like, oh, I couldn't be like you. I couldn't do that. I couldn't just get up and do this. I couldn't get up and do that. And that's why you aren't going to really live out the full potential you want to live out, because you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone. Okay? A comfort zone hate to see me coming. A comfort zone hate to see me coming because, listen, I do what I want, when I want. And you take it or leave it. But I have that type of personality to where I'm very self-aware, so I can hold myself accountable. I can hold myself accountable and I can figure out what to do from therefore. I do whatever I need to do to get to what I need to get. The choice is in your hands. What you want is on the other side of you going to get it. You have to transfer that scared energy, that negative energy, that overthinking into action. You have to transfer it into being productive. Because truth of the matter is, no matter where you are in life, you're always going to have a little bit of doubt. It don't even matter. Even when you make it all the way to the top of the highest of the high, you can see yourself in your head. You're always going to have a little bit of doubt. So you have to be able to take whatever is thrown at you because you are in control. Once you get in your mind that you're in control, nothing or nobody else is, then things will start falling into place for you. Things will start working out. You'll start getting those things that you want. But as long as you have excuses like, oh, well, I have this, I have that, have to worry about this, have to worry about that, you don't have to worry about nothing. You're choosing to worry about those things. And this might sound vague, but you really have to get out in the field in order to understand what I'm saying. Everything around you, you have to have the mindset that the world revolves around you. Everything around you is working in your favor. If somebody tells you no, it's somebody else that's going to tell you yes. If you can't get it this way, you're going to get it that way. But regardless, you're getting to it. So I hope this message helps somebody. And I will holler at y'all later. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in my next one.